Good morning, Tottenham fans. Hope you're all doing well today. Now, I'm going to tell you a few things. The first thing I'm going to tell you is Morgan Gibbs White will be a Tottenham player. I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to tell you why Nottingham Forest are making themselves look like right mugs at the moment. I'm going to speak a little bit about Bissouma. He said he wants to stay, but I'll tell you why I don't think he will be staying. And will Tottenham put a bid in for Adam Wharton? All that today in this video. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. It's much appreciated. Thank you to everybody that's contributed to this channel so far. On the way to 3,000, hit past 2,000. It's snowballing now. Very, very happy. Now, let me just talk about Bissouma. Now, this came out today. Tottenham Hotspur midfielder Yves Bissouma has expressed his desire to stay at Spurs, or at least in the Premier League. So, for me, that's not a certain I want to stay at Spurs. That's just a come and get me to the Premier League sides. He's got a year left on his contract. And for me, I think he'll be sold in the summer, especially because we are looking at another midfielder, which I'll get into in a bit, Adam Wharton. So, if someone like Adam Wharton come in, where does Bissouma even fit in? Because we have many midfielders now. If Wharton comes in, it'd be Wharton, Gibbs White, Maddison, Kulu, Bergvall, Sarr, Bentancur, Gray. You know, something has to give. Like, players are not going to get game time. Not a lot of game time anyway. So, if Bissouma wants to get game time, I don't think he's going to get much at Spurs, unless Frank likes him and wants to keep him. But if he doesn't sign a new contract, we'll have no reason to keep him because we need to get some money for him. Now, before I just slide on to the next story, Bissouma, for me, will always be a legend at this club now. His performances in the quarterfinals, semi-finals and finals of the Europa League were outstanding. He was brilliant in the final. He is a good player. It's just, for me, he's not consistent enough. He makes so many unforced errors as well that really cost us in games. He just doesn't have that consistency that I think we need to move up that next level. And I think, you know, we have emotions towards our players, but we want to act like a big club, and big clubs don't really have emotions towards their players. So which one is it? Do we want to act like a big club, or do we want emotions and just keep every single player at the club? We can't do that because we need to sign top quality. Let's get into this Morgan Gibbs White thing, because today, this is a joke from Nottingham Forest, to be honest. Nottingham Forest are not naive to how transfers materialise, but given Tottenham Hotspur have offered the exact amount required to trigger Morgan Gibbs White's release clause, they are questioning how confidential contractual details were breached. They do not want to be seen to allow their most influential player to leave easily. Okay, so if you look at that logically, what that statement was, let me tell you why I think Morgan Gibbs White will be a Spurs player very, very soon. And this is really sad from Forest, to be honest. Well, Forest's owner. Just look at the wording. They are questioning how confidential the release clause was. So suspicion is their argument. There's no legal case for suspicion. They can be suspicious all they want, but they can do nothing about it without proof. I've not seen one shred of evidence, one shred of proof that Spurs have done anything wrong. Spurs have denied it from the start. There's not actually been any legal case put forward whatsoever, none whatsoever. So all of it is a smokescreen because they fucked up, basically. The only way we could get any information is from Forest themselves. The only way we'd find out about a release clause is if it got leaked from Forest or it got leaked from an agent. So again, that's nothing to do with Spurs. If somebody leaked it to them, it's not Spurs breaching anything, is it? They have even come out and said they don't want to be seen to lose their most influential player without a fight. So in other words, what's happened is Morgan Gibbs White is one of their most prized possessions, and Spurs paid a release clause. I don't think they expected anybody to come in and pay 60 million. And they just lost Elanga to Newcastle as well. So for them, now they look like idiots. Now they're thinking, we need to stall this somehow because they need to get in a replacement. And this is what this whole thing's about. If they can get in a replacement, then maybe fans won't turn on them so much. I think they made a mistake. They didn't realise how good Morgan Gibbs White was going to be, and they didn't sign a new contract with him to hire the release clause, and people came in, and like Spurs came in and paid it. Because Spurs knew he was worth more than 60 million. That's why they did it so quickly as well. So therefore, Forest have lost out on extra money. So now they're trying to gain extra money from this somehow, which they can't because it's a legal clause in the contract. It's clearly a delay tactic to try and ride out any anger from the fans. They're trying to wait for it to all calm down. My belief, logically looking at this, is it's just a matter of time before he is announced as a Spurs player. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Spurs ended up suing Nottingham Forest for stopping us progressing on other transfers. Now, if this drags out too far, Spurs can sue Nottingham Forest for false claims. And so Forest better not be, dragging us on way too long. So I expect this to be sorted within the next couple of days. I honestly do. This is sad by Nottingham Forest owner. This is sad. And what you're doing is you're just making your club look bad, mate. Just leave it. You've lost your player. He's going to come to Spurs. There's nothing you can do about it. You're just going on suspicion with no proof. End of that. So next couple of days, trust me, he will be a Spurs player. Unless I can see any proof, you lot can see any proof, nobody's seen any proof. There's not even been any legal... Spurs have not even been sent a legal letter or email from any solicitor or nothing to say that they've done wrong. So just dragging it out. That's what they're doing. And it's wrong, in my opinion. Now, will Spurs bid for Adam Wharton? Rumours keep circulating that Spurs have inquired about him, and the bid will have to be around 80 to 100 million, which is a lot of money. Why is he priced so highly? He's only 21, but he's already one of the best DMs in the league, in my opinion. He's not even anywhere near his prime yet. Great on the ball, great long pass ability, strong on the ball, strong in the tackle. So... rumours are saying as well that if he was to leave for 80 to 100 million, then Crystal Palace wouldn't need to let Eze leave either, which means we might scupper the Gooners as well. So buy Adam Wharton in, they can't sign Eze, win-win situation for us. Will we pay 80 to 100 million? I'm not sure, but I wouldn't rule it out because of the way Spurs have been in this transfer window so far. They've already spent 115 million on two players, two quality top players as well, really transforming our midfield. Spurs have gained money from the Europa League, also potential 100 million from the Champions League. Rumours are we will be gaining a huge lump sum as well from naming the stadium. More rumours that Enoch are pumping more money into Spurs. There's been lots of changes at the top as well. So apparently Levy is not making the football decisions, and that's something that's really believable, that Levy's not involved in this, because it looks like he's not involved in this the way it's going at the moment. It's all looking really positive. It's all looking really exciting at the moment. So if any of these things are true about the finances, then, why wouldn't we put in an 80 to 100 million bidding for Adam Wharton? Why wouldn't we? I would be massively excited if Spurs signed this guy. Our midfield would improve massively. So apparently we're in talks with them. This would be massive. The only concerns I have is we still need to fill other positions like left back and maybe a striker if Richarlison leaves or gets injured again. So if we spend 80 to 100 million on Wharton, are we not having any money? Are we going to have no money left for the left back and the forward player? The way it's looking, we've probably got limitless money. We're really good with PSR at the moment as well, so we can spend. We do need a striker, I feel, because Richarlison plays not many games per season. He's always injured. I just feel they'll be looking to sell him this summer as well. And we've also been linked to Wissa, and that won't go away either. Wissa is open to a move to Spurs, so it's all aligning. Imagine if we got Wharton in, then we got Wissa up front. We've got a cover at left back. I think we're looking at this Burnley left back, which is pretty decent as well. Steve, I think his name is. And so we got Wissa, Steve. Then we've got Adam Wharton in. Already got Kudos. Morgan Gibbs White will be signing in a couple of days, in my opinion. You know, Wissa up front. The squad all of a sudden looks so strong, and then we need to get rid of some players. And I hate saying it like that, but like I said, we shouldn't have this attachment to players. If they're not playing well and they're not good enough, then we need to move them on, bring in top quality players. That's how you act as a big club. Now, like I said, every single player I've mentioned, I love every single one of them. They won us a trophy. They're always going to be legends, always going to be welcome back to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium or whatever it gets named. But for me, like, Richarlison's never fit enough. Sonny's 33 and in the last year of his contract. Bissouma's in the last year of his contract. Bentancur's in the last year of his contract. Ben Davies. Sorry, Jake, did it again. Ben Davies is got one more year left on his contract. Are we going to sell him as well? So Solomon, I think he'll be out the door. Can't see him getting in the team whatsoever. Brian Gill, obviously he'll be going. You know, we'll have to loan out a few youngsters, but we can't loan out players like Vuskovic, Gray or Bergvall. We're not going to loan Bergvall out anyway, but Vuskovic and Gray, if they stay Gray 2 more seasons, then Gray is classed as club trained, and Vuskovic 3 seasons, he'll be classed as club trained. That's a massive problem we've got this year, so in a few years' time that won't be a problem anymore as long as these players stay. And I also think Vuskovic is going to be an awesome defender as well. So you think about what we've signed so far. Kota Takai, a 6'4" Japanese international at centre-back. Danso's got over the line because it was an obligation. We've just signed Tell for 29 million, of not becoming superstar in my eyes. We've signed Morgan Gibbs White. Well, we will do in the next couple of days. Morgan Gibbs White, brilliant midfielder, and Kudos, an explosive winger that can also play in the middle. So all of a sudden, it's exciting times at Spurs. Now we feel like we can start competing. If we did sign Adam Wharton, oh my God, we would honestly be up a high level. And I would be expecting, if we signed Adam Wharton, I would be expecting us to finish at least in the top 5. We have to be up there, top 5 and going for a trophy. We would have to be. You know, Whistle on top of that, then we could be talking even more. But yeah, the only reason why I say top 5 and I'm not saying any higher is because Chelsea have really improved. They've got lots of decent players. Man City have improved. Liverpool, Arsenal are going to get Gyökeres, and I think that will transform their attack even more as well. Madueke's crap. He didn't do nothing for their attack, but Gyökeres will. I wanted Gyökeres at Spurs, so I can't say now because he's gone to Gunners he's crap. He's a very, very good goal scorer. So all these teams are improving. We need to just keep slowly building our squad, building up and slowly get there. But we've made a really good start, and I just think soon we will be able to compete near the top again. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this video today. Thank you for watching, and come on you Spurs.